There's only one thing left to say. Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so I was trying this out because I was like, oh, SANGAN's at 3, right? So last week I was just trying to test it because I was like, okay, SANGAN searches everything, right? Pretty much everything in your deck. Like literally, except, yeah, pretty much everything in your deck. So I was like, why not try it out? And when I noticed that, I was testing it with like just really combo and really aggro. But I started noticing that even if I searched the piece, I couldn't really do anything with it. So I took the approach of traps, but it's like the pretty much the two most relevant traps in the game right now, which is Dimensional Barrier and strikes. So like the only way that this deck can work is if you play that. Like if you play that lineup of monsters. I'll put the deck list at the end. But like that's just insane, man. Like if all you need is open up 2 cards, instant Armageddonite, instant Gofu, and then get your engine going, and then you'll draw into your traps. That's crazy, especially because like normally when you would like draw into puzzle pieces, like you would like instead of drawing into quick draws and tunings, you'll be drawing into traps. And instead of making Quasar and Crystal Herald and all these big beefy monsters, you'll make like one of them and maybe a Herald with backed up barrier and strikes with twin twisters. That's pretty devastating. And at first I was kind of juggling back and forth on whether to play Quasar or Cipher or Blazar, and I think Cipher for this is much better because you want to protect your traps. You don't want them to twister you and then just force out the barrier when you don't really want to force it out, and it gives you the chance of slow rolling it. Like this is the perfect example of what I mean. Like you can let them do everything they want, and this is why. Oh my god, that's how devastating is that? That's freaking crazy. I could have striked a long time ago, but like this way, it's like he literally has nothing. So when I was building it, I was like, oh damn, this actually might work. And see, this is what I mean. Like you can just set the SANGAN, and then you can protect yourself with barriers. So that it's like it guarantees you'll live. Like you won't get OTK'd or something along those lines. So it's like and like it's a bit more expensive for sure, because like barriers and strikes are like pretty expensive. So like it's just something I was testing out because it actually works. But the thing about it is you're susceptible to twisters more. Like pretty much what the top tiers are susceptible to. Like it's a blowout when you play in a Zodiac mirror, and then the first one to open a twister is like, because you're meant to just end with Trident and like an Emerald or something, and then back it up with strikes and barriers. But if they strip that away from you, you're just left with whatever monster you're left with. So you're stuck in that scenario, and it's a bit unfortunate. Whereas with like regular Dark Synchron, you don't suffer from that. Your weakness is completely different. Your weakness is like freaking kaijus, man. Because it's a totally different strategy. People can't seem to differentiate that. Whereas like this route, you kind of want to control. It's similar take as if it was Zoo or Paleo. Like you're pretty much controlling. It's you control the tempo, and you can try to outplay your opponent. Whereas that strategy it's more consistent, I guess, if you were to say that. Whereas like the combo deck, like Dark Synchron, is more aggressive. It's meant to overwhelm you and pretty much make your strategy obsolete, because top tiers, they're meant to control. So if you have nothing left to control, your deck is it's obsolete pretty much. Like what's the point of your deck if I've already established my board, is what I'm trying to say. Like that's why majority of the top tiers can't respond well to Dark Synchron, because everything's just in their face. It's just so aggressive. It's like, what do you like? You get what I'm trying to say, right? It's just too crazy. And Yeah, like even though you can't OTK, I think it's better to just play safer. But like yeah, that's pretty much it. Look at that fucking barrier, man. Just barriers, just man. Backed up with a big guy like that. That's it. That's freaking scary. And sometimes some people won't understand that. Like they might say, oh, that's why Level Eater should get banned, or that's why Links should it's a good thing we got Links to slow it down. But you have to think about it. A deck's only as good as people make it to be. And what I mean by that is, if you don't side for it, of course the deck's gonna be good because you're not siding against its weakness. You're completely ignoring it. And that's what some people would miss completely. Like Paleo, that's a freaking obvious weakness, which is they have to set a bunch of traps. Denko, Jinzo, Royal Decree, like those are just, if you just pull that off on them when they don't have a proper setup, they pretty much lose. Especially if you can establish the board and just overwhelm them like this deck can. And that's just crazy. Look how that's just crazy, man. Like, what do you do? Like, you get what I mean? Like what do you do? Like it's just hard to play past that. Like, but then again, this route, you fall into the chances of passing, and then like them having the twister, or them having the chance to push past your setup, because you tried to set up, which is strike barrier and set like a Sangan. But if they manage to just overcome that, then top decking into more traps, once they've established, is why most people don't really play traps. And the ones that are being played now are really powerful traps, so you kind of have to play them, because like the chance that you can go first and end up with those traps. Look at this, man. Like, look at this. I mean, of course I can't use all of them, but like you're at 3K, but that's just freaking crazy. Like freaking kaiju. So pretty much, look at that, Twin's end phase, boom. And then like, oh my god, that's just crazy, dude. Look at that, oh my god. Oh man, how overwhelming, how intimidating is that? I'll put the deck list now. Okay, so here's the deck list. Damn, I've been sick these past few days. Excuse my coughing. But yeah, so this is the deck pretty much. And it's like you're pretty much swapping out tunings and quick draws, and there were arfdaus for Sangans, barriers, and for this. And then the extra deck is pretty different, because Black Rose and Cipher on their turn, you saw how devastating that was. That's freaking crazy, dude. And then also it can protect your traps, so you don't have to like premature activate them. And these are just some of the cards I was like going back and forth on and debating and trying out. Like at first these were tomatoes, because tomato would like bring out your Armageddonite, and then just it'll help you stall if you need to like survive. But then I was like, it kind of messes. It contradicts with Gofu, because like you'll have a monster in the field. So I was like, yeah, I think it's better with Sangans. So, because like Sangan, you can search it and you can clear up your field and just specialist and then go off from there. And then like you just pretty much slow them down, and then little by little just until you get your combo going, and then you just go off. And at first I was playing tomato with dark arm, because you could just like summon tomato, crash, get 3 darks, and then special dark arm, and then pop. That's crazy, man. And then of course I was playing Dark Claw as well, because I was like, not bad. You could just like use Mass Change number 2, and then just like discard a Level Eater or something, or discard one of these and then use that, and then add a Gofu or something, and then do it that way. Because I was like, but then I was like, I think that's a bit much. So I was like, I think this is as basic as it possibly could be, and it just seems to work pretty well. But then again, you have to keep in mind, like, since it's not as aggressive as Dark Synchron, you're gonna be facing a board that's established, and there's not much you can do, like, because your traps are meant to control, and when there's nothing left to control, you're in a tough spot. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. I hope try it out. Let me know what you think. It's a bit more expensive because you're playing like these 6 traps. It's like damn, yeah, crazy way. But that's gonna be it. Hope you enjoyed the video and give a like if you enjoyed the duels, man. That was crazy. Thanks for watching.